Banner Knowledge Bowling. I'm Steve. Let's talk some bowling. I thought we'd kick off this series talking about the mental game, specifically that pressure shot. A couple of weeks ago, I was on the Hank Haney Podcast, and we were talking bowling and golf. I'll put the link below. Check it out. Share, rate, like. You're going to love the podcast. But in the podcast, he asked me about a 300 game and what's it like and that one pressure shot. And I thought, what a great topic. Because in bowling, we've all been in that situation. We need to perform under pressure, maybe to win a match, win a team game, make the cut, make the finals, or win the tournament. So what can we do to prepare ourselves mentally so physically we can deliver that one pressure shot? So over the last several weeks, I've had 4 300 games since that podcast, and I really focused in on myself and that last shot. Different centers, different lines, different balls, and I was trying to figure out what can I say to you to help you when you have that pressure shot. And some of the best advice I ever got around this has to do with focusing in on where you're at, and accepting where you're at. The first time I was shooting the 300 game, I got to tell you, I was nervous and I was excited. My heart rate was up, I can check that, and I feel like a lot of adrenaline was running through me. So rather than try to change who I was at that moment and calm down and take breaths, I went with it. I knew I was going to throw it harder. I knew that I was excited and I really wanted to do it. So I adjusted. I moved a little right. I knew I was going to throw it a little faster. I knew it was going to hook a little less. And I moved a little right and I delivered the shot. It came in just a tad high, but all 10 pins went down. It was fantastic. The second time, it was a week later. It was the same league. And I got to tell you, I was a little more comfortable with the last shot. In my mind, I had decided in the 10th frame, boy, if I could just get the 11th, I don't know why I thought that, I knew I was going to do it. And I walked up in that 11th frame and I threw it and all 10 went back and I just knew it. So I said to myself, I'm not as excited as I was the last time. My heart rate wasn't where it was. And again, I can check that. So what I did was I went with the shot that I had. I didn't make a move on that last shot, and all 10 went back. The third time that I had this opportunity, it was a different league. It was a 5-person scratch league, and it was the first game. So I have a bigger ball in my hand. There's a lot more oil, and I thought to myself, boy, I got another opportunity 3 weeks in a row to shoot a 300 game. Different centers, different leagues. And I thought, man, I really wanted it. So as I started getting frame 8, frame 9, frame 10, I can feel it. And for me, I love that feeling. That feeling of pressure tells me that I put myself into position to do something great. So be great. As I got more excited, heart rate goes up. I felt like, man, I'm going to throw it harder. So I had to really focus in on where do I want to stand? What shot do I want to deliver here? If I'm going to throw it a little bit faster, does that mean it's going to hook a little less? So I moved a little bit, moved my wrist a little bit. I did what I felt like I needed to do so that if I throw it a little straighter, I'd still strike. Fortunately, got all 3 of them and shot another 300 game. So the moral of the story and some of the best advice that I ever got in my bowling career was when you need that one pressure shot, don't change. Accept who you are at that moment. If you're excited and you have a lot of adrenaline, use it to your advantage. Now, all the mental books that I've read, and I read them all, are great. Breathing techniques. All the things that you can do to control who you are and where you are, I am absolutely advocating for. But at that one moment in time, if you're excited and your heart rate's going and you know that you're going to throw the ball with more speed, go with it. Trust it. throw the shot that you feel that is going to give you the best chance to strike. Don't try to change and throw it correctly. Throw the shot that is going to help you get to your goal, because that pressure is truly a privilege, and it's awesome when you get that chance to stand up and perform under the gun when everyone's watching and the whole league pauses. Love the feeling, and you will love the feeling too. Tell me how you like to handle pressure and what's the best tip you ever got. Thanks a lot.